Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Muros Within Magical Walls, The Case of the Cemetery Girl. It's a graphic novel by Paolo Chikiamco and Borg Sinaban. It's published by Tuttle. So Tuttle seems to be does a lot of foreign material outside the U.S. I'm going to say outside the U.S. is probably the best way to do it because it's not foreign to them. And in this case, it's two Filipino creators, and I'm digging it. I think it's really, really interesting. There's one thing I've really kind of wanted to do, and you've been reading a lot more like Euro comics, but I want to get beyond that. I want to get beyond U.S., Canada, Europe. I'd love to read more stuff from Africa and Asia and beyond manga. And this is a really good one. It's interesting. I think it keeps things like really simple and is the easy story to get into if you just want to explore things outside of the U.S. So the story takes place in Manila, which is a walled city at this point that's got freed from this dictator who had this iron fist rule. It's a magical world, and the former dictator used these demons, shock troops, to terrorize people and cause lots of deaths. So the story is about this guy who is now sort of a detective that is hired to go find a girl. Of course, it's never going to be that simple. So it's hard. It's a very easy comic to kind of follow in that it is just about a detective in a jacked up city trying to find a girl. It just so happens this is a magical city where also coming in the city are former troops of this dictator who they winds up being they were like slaves and being forced to fight and do stuff against their will. These are magical creatures, so they're half human, half whatever creatures. And it works really, really well. So the thing is of course there's a lot of tension between the human and non-human aspects of this world, and this detective's kind of caught in between all that, and generally seems to be a decent guy. He, of course, has some demons of his own through some past actions that he has to get past. So overall, it's really about this city kind of on the brink and trying to get past the horrors of the past. And it works really well, and I think partially because the story keeps things really simple. It is just a straight-up detective trying to find a girl, and then, of course, we know that's not going to be as easy as it's made out to be, and there's going to be some twist in there. The fact that it doesn't go really beyond that is very smart, intelligent, and I think it keeps it grounded, I guess is a good way of putting it, or just easy to relate to. So the only negative at all, and it's not even a negative, is the fact it's obviously Filipino. And I know nothing about the culture. I know nothing about the world or people or any of that. So there's a lot of words that are used and probably references that go right over my head. And that's not on the creators. It's not on the story. That's on me for being ignorant on the topic. And that's straight up. But the great is even though I still enjoy it. This is just at its heart a detective story that you can get in, understand, and you don't need those specifics. It just uses some terms that you might sit there and go, I have no idea what it's talking about, and you can go with it. Overall, I like the art as well. There's a black, white, and blue, grayish, whatever you want to call it, that works really well for the story. And the art style and the characters and everything is really good as well. I'm not going to call it generic, but it's nothing stands out to me as particular about the creators or the Philippines or any Filipino or any of that. It's good. The art is really, really good, but it's not like manga where there's a style or a manhwa where there's a slightly different style. None of that really stands. There's nothing I can point to and sit there and be like, oh, this is a Filipino art style. So good, bad, there's nothing necessarily bad about that. It's just something kind of observed. It just feels like a very generic and good art. Overall, it's good. If you just like detective stories, it's well worth checking out. Obviously, it takes place somewhere not in the U.S., and in that way, it kind of keeps me as a reader on my toes in that, I'm not fully expecting the U.S. experience, the American experience through this. So it's overall, I think, a solid read, and I would like to read more mysteries set in this world with these characters. So that's, I think, really, really good. But overall, like, I think this might be the first thing I've read from Tuttle, possibly. I don't know. I might have read some other stuff, but this gets me to want to check out more of what they've published, which is a good thing. This came out, I believe, earlier in the year, and definitely this is a publisher that I'm looking forward to checking out more of. You can go get your own, though. You can go hit up a comic shop. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell if a comic shop's near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so you do get a small percentage, and by doing that, you'll support our site, so thank you for that. If you are, and of course, I want to thank Tuttle for hooking us up with the review copy, and thank you all for watching. If you're into comics, if you're into graphic novels, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.